Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Way of the Brush with me, your host, Kris, aka Mini Wargamer Kris, aka the Name Butcher, aka I'm all out of it, case. I got nothing left. Way of the Brush, the most informative 120 minutes on the internet on the wargaming lifestyle. We'll talk about painting, terrain, conversions, and everything under the sun. If you're a first-time viewer, we usually delve into a lot of painting talk, as well as a lot of what's under the sun, meaning any topics up for grabs. We'll talk about anything and everything from life, movies, music, entertainment, maybe politics. I'd like to steer away from politics and religion because a lot of people get really heated up about those subjects. But, I mean, if you have an honest opinion about something and it's not just something that's just geared up to tool somebody up, I mean, you know, sure, share it if you want. You know, I mean, again, no topics are apart. I mean, you know, I believe in a completely kind of democratic kind of system here. So, again, if you are a first-time viewer and you are attending the show live, you can ask your questions here. Feel free to ask whatever question might be on your mind, or you have concerns about this or that as far as painting is concerned. There are no stupid questions here. I know a lot of the monkeys like to challenge that one, but, you know, again, feel free to ask. And, of course, if myself doesn't answer you right away, monkeys will always answer, as they're very knowledgeable, and a lot of them are very experienced and have been, you know, watching me for a long time, and so they'll know the kind of responses I'll give. Either way, feel free to ask. Of course, if you want to send an email, send it to Kris@miniwargaming.com. It's in the description below. You know, if you have pictures to send, awesome. Send them as attachments. Don't send them to links off to other sites or anything like that, because that just annoys me. And I'm less likely to read the email because it's, you know, oftentimes those other sites that have ads running and stuff like that, and that, you know, it's, you know, bull. I'd rather run my own ads. And of course, in the description below, you also see wayofthebrush.com, which is the central hub of everything. It'll take you to links to the Discord channel, which has been fantastic. I've been enjoying that. And of course, that's another way you can get in contact with me, ask me questions, and, you know, whatever you like, or join the rest of the monkeys and, you know, converse with them, as we're all similarly minded like folk and just here to have a good time and love our hobby, you know. Of course, there's Discord, there's the Facebook page, where often I'll announce things. Also Twitter, where I also announce things and post little fun stuff and whatever's. Instagram, it gives you all those links for that. And of course, it takes you off to the store where you can buy a t-shirt like I'm wearing today, Way of the Brush, right? You can always buy a shirt, help the cause, help me, and help fund, you know, Way of the Brush. And also, if you are interested in contributing as well, I also have a Patreon page, and that's all in the description below. And, you know, that's another way of contributing as well. So if you feel like helping out, thank you very much. And, of course, sharing, liking, and subscribing and all that, that all helps as well. So, you know, anything and everything, it all helps. You know, conversing back and forth, you know, making videos and blah, blah, blah. You know, it's all good. So, yeah. I think that was it for the usual spiel, right? What monkeys are joining us today? Oh, who's in today? Why doesn't that want to pop up now? Yeah. If it's not one thing, it's always another. Technical difficulties. That's always the way. I can see Charlie McCoy. Hey, Eric Fountain, good morning. Dark Commission. Hi, Kris. Hi, monkeys. Enforcer 357. Watching it on my lunch break, Kris. Well, don't get in trouble. War Budgies, morning gang. Sir Peanut Butter. It's happening. G Squared. Hey, everybody. Ghost Starman Deluxe, what's up, monkeys? Charlie McCoy, I made it to my first show. Still working on my Way of the Brush series. I'm on episode 97. Wow, did you go all the way back? Did you go all the way back and watch some classic Way of the Brush? Where, I don't know, have I become less formatted or have I become more formatted? You know, what's the deal, really? Either way, Charlie, welcome. Glad you can make it. Sir Peanut Butter, oh, he's saying welcome too. Dark Commission, my Way of the Brush shirt arrived this morning. Now I can truly say I am a man. Oh, you're right. And of course, I forgot to mention in the beginning too, anybody who's got a Way of the Brush t-shirt, send me pictures of yourselves in your t-shirts for the Monkey Shrine. That's on the website. So on wayofthebrush.com, there's a little page, Monkey Shrine. I haven't updated in a bit. And I need you guys to send me pictures yourselves because I want to update it because, I think it's fun to see the whole kind of community building. And of course, unless of course you're in the witness relocation program and you don't want to really show your face, then understandable. Ghost Starman Deluxe, I'm not brave enough for politics. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Voice of the Emperor, good evening. Johnny Chop Shop, sup? Dustin Reeves. I have the day off. It's a beautiful day outside. Got a beer in hand and Way the Brush on. Today is a good day. Awesome. Yeah, I know. If I wasn't doing this, I'd be sitting outside and relaxing as well. Although last weekend there was no show because got busy and friends, family stuff, and and of course it was barbecuing. It was a long weekend, and Friday night picked up a new barbecue, and so Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I think even Tuesday I grilled. Picked up a brand new barbecue. Coal. Gone back to coal. Going back to old school. No more gas for me. I'm going strict to coals because, I'm all about that flavor. And so, there was no show last weekend, and I think a lot of you survived. It doesn't seem like there was any lasting repercussions from not having a show last week. And it seems like you've all made it and survived the drought, as it were. And so last weekend though, enjoying the sun and everything like that, I ended up getting friggin' burnt. I showed a picture of myself on the Discord there, and I got wicked sunburn right on my shoulders too. It's right on my shoulders. Every time I move my arms, oh man, it felt like my arms were gonna snap off. Oh, painful. Yeah. So, anywho. That was last weekend. This weekend though, might try to might not hit the sun quite as hard. Where are we here? Old Man Logan, howdy y'all. Enforcer, sub Logan. Old Man Logan. Oh, we're responding. Emperor's Champion, how's it going? I think it's going well. I think we're doing okay. On the Twitch side of things, who else is joining us? Tark is joining us on Twitch. Are you the only one on Twitch there, Tark? You might be. I don't know. Either way. Do I have the volume up on this? I do too. Oops. There we go. Okay. We're good now. We're good. People are walking around in my driveway. I don't know what's going on. War Budgies. Cardboard cutouts wearing the shirt are acceptable in the event of witness protection. Yeah, you can have like the t-shirt and then have like a cardboard cutout, like some generic model from like, the Sears catalog, and just have that face plastered on there and just, Sure, I'll accept that. That's the only thing I'll accept is that. Congo, thinking of getting into the Fire and Sword. Muscovites or Cossacks. Fire and Sword, I'm not familiar with that. That's a brand new game coming out. I'm not familiar with that one. Is there other factions? I mean, other than Muscovites or Cossacks? Dustin Reeves, get yourself a smoker. It does have a smoker. The barbecue I picked up it's got a smoker attachment on it already, and it's got 1,200 square inches of cooking space. So it's a big grill. It's lots of room. But really, I've been using it really for a lot of indirect heating, because I'll have food cooking right over the coals, and I'll have stuff on the side, hot dogs and stuff like that up on the upper racks. I'll have the burgers all set aside, or I'll just slow cook stuff on the other side of it, and so yeah, that's really about the way I go about it. Plus, too, I have the coals kind of raised up high, because it has a nice little adjustable thing where I can raise and lower the coals, which is really, really nice, because then you can bring the coals up, get that really hot sear going on, or bring them down low and even cook everything. And oh yeah, it's a nice little barbecue. It's simple though. It's so simple. It's coal. It's so simple, and so far I've been enjoying it. Our meals we've noticed a drastic improvement in the quality of the food that we're eating. Not that the propane tanks are bad for you or anything like that. At least not that I know of. But the quality is different, and it gives a much more, almost like more of a camp like flavor. When you go to the camp and you're roasting over an open flame and that kind of thing. That's really what it's all about. Enforcer, we need a Games Workshop Marine cutout wearing a Way of the Brush shirt. There we go. Hey, I will if anybody can pull that off, I will send them a prize. Get me a Way of the Brush t-shirt and a Space Marine cutout, and put the Way of the Brush shirt over the Space Marine on a cutout. If anybody can produce that, I will send you a prize. What? I don't know. Maybe gift certificates? GW gift certificates? I don't know. We'll haggle something. We'll see. Appropriate amount of money, right? Something valuable. Yeah, I will send. Yeah, I will send somebody gift certificate if they send me that picture. Space Marine in a Way of the Brush t-shirt, and it'll go right up on the shrine. So get out there and find those cutouts, people. Of course, if you find any other kind of cutouts that would actually be kind of hilarious. You know what I mean? Like if you see like an Arnold Schwarzenegger cutout, you know what I mean? And you had like the Way of the Brush t-shirt draped over him. I might give something for that too. I think that'd be pretty funny. It's a good idea, Enforcer. Good idea. Oh, salad. Is it just Salad Ohm? Salad Ohm? I'll say Salad Ohm. Hey, Kris, when are we playing Dawn of War? When are we playing Dawn of War? I don't know. We haven't done a lot of the live gaming in a bit, the last couple weeks. Just been kind of busy and stuff like that. And, most of my gaming, if I'm gaming in the evenings, I've been playing a lot of Fortnite. But yeah, we will definitely have to get some gaming with the monkeys in sometime soon. Maybe this week. Because it's usually whenever my wife is working late that I'm in the office late, and that's usually when I'll film these kind of things, but we'll see. Charlie McCoy. I started from the beginning at episode 11. I wanted to start from 1, but couldn't find them. My OCD was going off a bit, but it's all good now. Yeah, episodes 1 to 10 were on Justin TV. Before it became Twitch TV, it was on Justin TV. So those first 10 episodes. But on the Mini Wargaming channel, one of the episodes showed up. Like it was episode 9 or something like that. And it showed up in the list. But now I can't find it again. I don't know what happened. But yeah, so they were on there, the first 10 episodes, but now they're kind of lost to time kind of thing. Unless, of course, I don't know, they magically find their way out from old Justin TV servers, or I don't know, maybe somebody recorded them. I have no idea. Couldn't tell you. But yeah, so unfortunately, yeah, the episode 1 to 10 are lost to time. In the warp, as it were. Congo. It's been out. 10mm East European medieval tabletop. There are Polish, Lithuanian Empire, Cossacks, Ottoman, Tartars, and Muscovites. Moscow before Russian Empire. Interesting. Oh, so it's medieval. 10mm. So like it's like small little duders on horseback and stuff like that. Interesting. Send me a link. Send me a link of the game. I'll check it out. Eric Fountain, I want to see Kris using his new grill in December. Oh, man, that's a common occurrence in Canada, man. Grilling in December, like every Canadian has done that many times in their lives. It's a very reasonable thing to do up here in Canada, because summers are often felt to be very short. and we love our grilling, and you know what I mean. So you get into the winter season, and sometimes you just don't feel like cooking inside. You want to cook outside. Sometimes it's just want to cook outside. You just want to have that barbecue flavor, man. Enforcer, send them away the brush t-shirt as a prize. But if they're sending me a picture of the cardboard cutout with the t-shirt, that means they already have a shirt. So you want me to send them a shirt as a prize? Give them 2 shirts? Sure. I was thinking something like a gift certificate or something like that, or, you know, I don't know. Solid. Gift certificate should be about 5,000. I think that's reasonable. Yeah. Okay, if you can actually, okay, here's, I'll send $5,000 who can get a Way the Brush t-shirt on an actual Space Marine. Okay? There we go. G squared, haha, you mentioned a prize and my feed starts freezing. What's this all about? The prize was whoever gets me a Way the Brush t-shirt on a Space Marine cutout. Okay, you know the cutouts you see in the store displays, stuff like that. You get a Space Marine wearing the t-shirt, whichever shirt, I don't care. Yeah, I'll send some sort of prize, gift certificate of something, maybe, I don't know. I have no idea, but it's something. I'll definitely give you something. But yeah, that's the prize, and of course I'll send 5,000. Whoever can get a t-shirt on an actual Space Marine. I'm talking a legit, real, flesh and blood, standing there in armor, Space Marine. Old Man Logan, Way the Brush, the lost episodes. The lost episodes, yes, they are lost. Lost to time. Unless of course somebody recorded them. I have no idea, but yeah. War Budgies, 5,000 Canadian, or roughly $1.75 US. Yeah, that's about the exchange rate. Dustin Reeves, you could always paint a model for them. I could, but I think sending gifts to would actually be more rewarding because you wouldn't have to wait. You wouldn't wait as long, I should say. Congo, when the U.S. is launching a Space Force, so yeah, well, yeah, we'll have Space Marines soon enough, right? If Trump has his way and get a 6th branch of the military, 6th branch, yeah, 6th branch, 5th branch, 6th branch. Either way, Space Force. Apparently, it's happening. Who's joining? Who's joining Space Force? Who's going to become the first Space Marines? G squared. Oh yeah, the manager I mentioned recently is gonna love that. Yeah. Well, you know, like I said, it's a prize. Eric, LOL at war. Oh yeah. Solid. I'm on that 5,000 prize for an actual Space Marine. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. An actual Space Marine. I was like a 7-foot tall, muscle-bound dude in powered armor, wearing a Way the Brush t-shirt. So you're gonna have to order a big and tall size because Space Marine's big and tall. So that's the size of shirts you're gonna have to get is the big and tall. So, you know, hop to it. Time for some coffee. Coffee. All right. So, with the comments, I think we're good for the moment. What else are we doing here? Yeah. So I think what we're going to do is, you guessed it, we're going to do some email. Congo, I linked the game in Discord. Okay, awesome. I'll check it out. G squared, big and tall, Kris sized? No, I'm just big, not very tall. I'm actually only about 6 foot, so. But I'm a little heavy on the 6 foot side. Solid. LOL. Yeah, no worries, man. I'm going to find me an actual Space Marine. You can find you an actual Space Marine, right? All right. Greenleaf Train, Hakuna Matata. All right. Yeah, let's do an email. Oh, am I even ready for an email yet? I don't even know if I got my thing ready for an email yet. No, I didn't get ready. Oh, man. Just so prepared. So prepared. Okay. Headphones. Email time. It's email time. Awesome. Where is my window capture on that one? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Holding. Holding. Oh, crap. Show an email. Oh, I love it when that happens. Oh, show an email again. Oop. Don't look. Don't look at his email. All right. So this is from our good buddy Ronnie Sugden. He says, "Hello, Kris. I hope all is well in Monkey Kingdom. My question has to do with the Painting Sisters of Silence with shiny black armor. What do you think is the best way to do this? Just black and some varnish like art coat? Or should I do the shading and highlighting underneath to varnish, under the varnish to amplify the effect? Or should I not do varnish at all? Thanks for all the ways you brush." That's a new one. Thanks for all the ways you brush. I like that. Thanks for all the way you brush. That's pretty clever. Oh, right. And before I get to the answer here, we always got to thank Guymere Alfer, a.k.a. Carl, a.k.a. Beer and Blood Bowl. That's his YouTube channel. Check him out, Beer and Blood Bowl. If you love your beer and you love your Blood Bowl, check out Beer and Blood Bowl. It's good for a laugh. I just like listening to them because I like Guy Ritchie movies, and listening to their conversations always sounds like a Guy Ritchie movie to me. I don't know if that's racist or not, but yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it. You know, I don't understand half the things they're talking about, but you know. Yeah. So Ronnie, as far as getting that black, inky, shiny kind of armor, really it is kind of up to you as far as you know, how far do you want to go. Like, you could always do highlights, like if you've ever seen the Imperial Assassins, how they have a really tight highlight on the high points of certain details, like for example, like the top of the thigh, it'll have a slight gradient of color, but then it comes to a very bright kind of light gray, if not white highlight. The top of the knee, you know, at an elbow joint, it'll be bright spot white, and you'll have that little halo of color around it. Very, very, very minimal amount of highlighting, leaving predominantly black surface. That's the kind of thing I would go for if you're doing that. Creating that very small, tight halo around the armor and corners and stuff like that. Go for just really small, so like at like corner plates and shoulders, you know what I mean, like on the shoulder pad of the armor, it'd be just a very minimal highlight on the very high points, you know what I mean, at the corners of armor, stuff like that. So you know, just again, very, very minimal. Don't worry about doing like long edge highlights or stuff like that. Keep the highlights very, very minimal. If you want to throw on a gloss varnish to give them that kind of shiny black, you know, extra shiny, so that they have the painted effect on. So like, for example, if they have it painted on in low light, they'll still look shiny, and in bright light, they'll look shiny, you know, because of the gloss. It's up to you. I mean, it's really what you're comfortable trying to achieve. If you're not very comfortable trying to achieve that little painted halo effect on a model, then I would go just simply gloss. To go with a bit of edge highlighting and throw a gloss, and you know, and be done with it. Especially if you got a lot of them to do, and you don't really want to take the time to, you know, to do that. If they're just for game pieces, stuff like that, you know, you're not like looking to win any awards with them. Yeah, a simple black, simple little small edge highlights, and throw a gloss on it, and you should be done. Of course, you know, you don't always have to go with a full-on gloss. You could always go with a semi-gloss, where they have a bit of shine to them, but still, you know, not quite as bright. It's not like a mirror shine. And again, I'm not sure exactly what kind of look you're looking for. I assume kind of this, you know, kind of like a well, I'll have to read it again. Just shiny black armor, yeah. It really depends just on what kind of look you're looking for, and um, you know, the best example is how they do the Imperial Assassins, where the highlights are very, very small, minimal. It's almost like a spot highlight with a glowing color around it, kind of thing. But it also has some edges to it. You know what I mean? So that's the kind of look. If you're not comfortable trying to pull that kind of effect off, then yeah, just a simple edge highlight. Keep it minimal, of course, and then throw gloss on, and call it a day, and get them ready for the battlefield. So. Hopefully, Ronnie, that helped. If not, we can always readdress it, Da, da, da. Salad. Curious about sending you emails. Do we just send you them whenever? What? Curious about sending you emails. Do we just send you them whenever? Yeah, you just send them. Yeah, whenever you send me an email. It's just, yeah, if it's 2 a.m, send me an email. Sure. I mean, I'll read it on the next way to the brush, maybe, hopefully, by that time, if I'm not, bogged down with emails. But yeah, just send me an email. Send me an email. Feel free to send me emails any time of the day you feel. Feel free. My door is always open. My door is always open. See, Marilyn's still here. Voice of the Emperor. So all I need to do is find one of the recruits for Trump's Space Force? Yeah. If you can get a picture with... But I want a legit Space Marine, man. I want legit. Dustin Reeves. Kris, I recently had a fine cast Necron Overlord suffer an unfortunate accident. Any advice for repairs? Having a hard time getting the glue to hold on really small parts of the model. Yeah, that's fine cast is a finicky kind of beast to work with. Your options are pretty much super glue. Now, if you're using thicker super glue, it can be kind of tricky because again, it goes on big blobs. If you have thin super glue, which kind of goes on kind of watery, that actually might be better for better contact. And also remember too that super glue, less is more. So the less super glue you're using for a contact point, the better bonding you are going to get. So now, of course, when dealing with those small little parts, you want to work with tweezers. You want to work with like a toothpick or something like that, so you can apply that little dollop of glue onto that contact point and then stick it on. Not use your fingers because you're most likely going to glue yourself to the model. Of course, some things like, for example, if it was like a break in an arm, I'd often recommend pinning, getting very, very small, thin gauged wire. Short of that, small paper clips. Snip them. Get your finest drill bit that matches that gauge of wire. Drill out a little bit, and you can just do it by hand. I wouldn't use a rotary tool. Rotary tool would just probably burn right through it. Just turn it by hand. Put some crazy glue on it. Pin it. And that pin inside is just like a doweling in furniture. I mean, it'll bond those two pieces together and make it nice and strong. But yeah, pinning and whatever appropriate type of glue you're using. Again, like I said, if you're using the thicker stuff and you're trying to do little small fiddly bits, it's going to be a pain in the ass. You're better off using thin super glue and using tweezers and like a toothpick to apply your glue and stuff like that and put it on. It is a bit of an exercise in finicky little parts, but yeah, that's what it takes to repair these silly little things. Especially with a fine cast, because you can end up kind of crushing it and stuff like that, if you're not careful. And you certainly don't want to glue yourself to it either. So Dustin, hopefully that helps, and let me know if it does work out for you. I'm curious, and yeah. Whereabouts did it break, actually? Because you said it's an Overlord. Because, I mean, like, if it's, like, say, the staff, I would probably try and repin it, and then glue it in. Head, again, repin. I think repinning is probably the biggest thing you can do to help repair that kit. But typically with the fine cast, gluing the parts together again, because the parts are like the material itself is so light that you can pretty much just glue it back together and it'll have pretty much that same strength anyway. Because fine cast is not strong to begin with, you know. Like those fine cast models, like you can crush that in your hand, and just turn it to dust. If you ever want to feel like a big man, give it a shot. Just crush it in your hand. Voice of the Emperor, the Void. Okay. Vallejo Game Color Black is pretty glossy on its own, to be honest. Yeah? Yeah. Again, you know, it's really just how far you want to go. I mean, like, just slapping black, throw a little simple edge highlight on, you know, and then give it a gloss and, yeah, be done. John J. Hey, Kris. Hey, John. Old Man Logan. Case in point, I sent an email around 2:30, Chris's time, this morning. Will he get it? Only Guy Muir knows. Did I get your... Yeah, I got your email. Yeah, I got your email. Old man? Yeah, I got it. Calm down. Just relax. It's all good. It's all good. Dustin. Yeah, the puppy knocked it off the table and the staff snapped along with the other arm on impact. Yeah, so if it's a staff and an arm, I mean, again, like I said, it's fine cast. You should be able to just glue them together, but I mean, if you really want to have a good durable bond, I would repin them. I don't know if you've ever done repinning. Well, not repinning, but just pinning in general. But otherwise, you might be able to just get away with using just super glue and glue those parts together. But like I said, if you're using thicker stuff, it can be kind of a pain versus using thinner super glue. Thinner super glues, I think Citadel sells varying kinds of super glue. I think they sell a thick and a thin, don't they? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they sell a thick and a thin. Either way, you can find thick or thin super glues. It all depends. Like a glue like, say, Zap-A-Gap, which is an excellent super glue, is thick. Versus, I'm trying to think, what was that? Like Laporte or up here in Canada, it's Laporte or Laporte. And they sell them like little bottles, and they're just thin super glues. Really, really thin. Old man Logan. I said, will he get to it? LOL. Oh, will he get to it? You know what? Actually, I think we should be able to catch up on all the emails today. LePage, that's it. LePage. Thank you, Matt Hoser. LePage. That's it. Pretty sure they only sell that in Canada here because it sounds like a French name. LePage. Of course, if you say anything with an accent, it'll sound French. Wargaming. Old man Logan. Army Painter super glue is very thin. Yeah. You can find super glues in varying thicknesses. Matt Hoser. And the gels are thicker ones generally. Hence the name gel. It's a gel. I mean, the gel, you don't have thin gels because it's not a gel. It's just water at that point. Whereas a gel is a gel. It's like jelly. It's gel. G squared. Is it me or is anyone else having minor buffering issues? Not just you. No? Are we having buffering? Oh yeah, I'm picking up some errors here. It's my kilobytes. People are all over my internet. That's what it is. There's all sorts of people on my internet. Yeah. Oh yeah, because now I've gone back to normal and yeah. Alex, are you on the internet? Alex. Yeah, it was him. We'll blame him. G squared. Oh, guess that should just make me feel better. Yeah. No, it's yeah. It was on my end. My network was slowing down. Thing is I was having technical difficulties before the show, and yeah, so Right now I got everything running off the one channel here at home on my router. My router usually has one channel and then 5G, you know, 2G, 5G. So, but in my haste, I set it so it was all on the one channel, and so now everybody's gonna be on my Wi-Fi. Ramvi, I've got buffering trouble too. Yeah, I'm also G. Thought it was just me. Alex, damn it. He can't hear you. He's buffering. It's not just you. Yeah, no. Everything should be cool now. I can see my network latency right now, and everything appears to be just fine. I'm showing green. Now it's getting bad. I don't know. Okay, well, we might as well stop the stream then. No, because everything right now I'm showing on my end is fine. Nope, now I'm showing it's all bad again. Now it's good again. Now it's bad again. Now it's good again. I'm gonna have to kick everybody's devices off the internet. Let's do an email because we can and we shall. I just did emails. Why would you do this to me again? Why? Why would you do it again? Why? 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 Like I said, technical issues have been abound today. Anywho, this is an email from Ben Ellis. Hello again, Monkey Lord. Just a quick unit this time. Due to work, I've only done these as a tabletop for my own use. However, I've tried to make the blades a bit more blue than last time. Kind regards, Ben. And so let's quickly have a look at Ben's custodes. Look at these fellas. Love the nice rich gold he's got going on. It's nice and quick, but I mean, like, he doesn't skimp on any of the details. Even like the blades are, you know, nice and nicely done. I really like the armor. The armor is really good. Like, I can see like the little transitions, like in the toes and the thighs, on the shield. He's got a gradient of color going on the hair. It's really nice work. Even did the gemstones, it looks like. Or it could be my eyes tricking me. But really, really nice. Very, very good. Me like. Yeah, I've got nothing to say. I've only got positives. Again, because, you know, he only wanted to bring them up to tabletop. It's not like, you know, he was really kind of, you know, shooting for the sky on these things, you know. Not to say that it's, you know, that everybody always got to be, you know, going the absolute best. Sometimes you just want to get a unit done for playing. And, you know, this looks really, really good. I like it. Good work, Ben. Oh, I think there was another email from Ben, too. I think. Yes, there was another email. He's saying... Oh, here, let's move this down a bit. There we go. Hello, Monkey Lord. This week I thought I would try something outside my comfort zone and try something I've never done before. This week I have started trying to paint fire. It's not great, but any advice would be very helpful. I don't have an airbrush, so this is via dry brush and obviously a work in progress. Chances are I may be some way into this by the time you air, but I can use this. Is said on other items. Kind regards, Ben. So let's have a look. He's attempting fire. I don't know if we can see that. Yeah, we can see it just fine. Looks like on a dreadnought. And he's doing it mostly by dry brush. and it's getting kind of like a almost an airbrushed feeling. How the colors are kind of overlapping and such, which is very interesting because I mean like if you wanted to go for this kind of look of an airbrush kind of feeling where you're building up light gray and then you're going to build colors on top of it, which is very interesting effect. I guess that's progress on the legs. Cool. So here's just flames. There's many ways you can go about it. You can create that fire gradient first by starting off with an entirely white base on the entire section, and then paint the black into the flames. If you know how kind of style of flames you want to go, right? When doing it on the armor, that kind of style, when you do it by airbrush, it becomes very distinct. And when you're doing it by dry brush, you're going to have to come back in with black and re-pick out areas to make those flames and the fingers of the flames very distinct, which is fine. I mean, like, it's not going to hurt anything. In fact, just cleaning it up a bit. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, because otherwise you can go for a stylized kind of look to the flames. Kind of like how like salamanders, right? How the salamanders have like this stylized kind of flame-like design on their armor. You could always go for something like that, but it looks like you want to go for like how flames are painted when they're airbrushed and they're done on like cars and things like that. Like that's that style of flames where it often has a realistic type of look to it, but usually that's because it's just the way the airbrush kind of just creates it, and you're using your stencils and you go through your color blends and stuff like that, and you make the flames. Also, too, when the flames are brighter at the source and darker at the fingers, at the tips of the flames, right? So bear that in mind when you're creating your fire. Because I mean, like your last picture there, yeah, this one here. Where are we? Yeah. So this one here. See how the yellow is kind of like in 3 places at once? Your red is in 3 places at once. It has a very kind of jumbled kind of feeling. Now, if at the base at the bottom of that pad, of the shoulder pad, was the brightest source of the flames, then more yellows and whites would be there, and more oranges and reds would be halfway and at the peak. And yeah, so again, as I mentioned earlier, you can always build those colors up dry brushing or layering, whichever way you want to go about it, and build that up on the surface and then pick it out in black. Or go about it this way and then again go about it and then and clean everything up with black again. Just so that you have some more distinction as the flames, because otherwise it just I can see the effect you're going for, but right now it doesn't quite look like fire. And like initially, what was it? The other one where you initially started here, if you had left it like that, the red, and maybe put a little bit of orange and yellow at the bottom, even that would have been very convincing as flames. But yeah. See this one here. Well, you said you might be a little further along, and this one actually looks like, yeah, that actually looks like the beginning. This one actually looks like where you might have last left it. This actually looks like the latest iteration. Now, see, this looks more like flames, but again, the ends of the flames would be a little bit darker, and the core of the flames would be a little bit brighter, if that makes sense. It wouldn't be difficult to dry brush in. I don't know about now, but because I mean, like what you have here now, there's nothing wrong with it. I would clean up the edges a bit on the highest points of the flames and stuff like that. I'd clear that up just a bit, make it a little bit more distinct. But otherwise, I mean, there's nothing wrong with this end result here. And if you continued on with it, I don't think you did anything wrong. I think just really the flames need a bit more distinction. Again, the style looks more like kind of like a hot rod, kind of, motorcycle gas tank kind of look to it, which is fine. It looks cool, you know. But yeah, so hopefully, Ben, that helps. And yeah, let me know how it goes. Sorry, I'm just getting my next things here. Where are we in this chat? Are we still complaining about the thing? No. Enforcer just got back having to pump someone's gas. What's going on now? Nothing, I think. Dr. Zentos, I have to admit being away for a long time, but here I am now, loud and proud. Well, welcome back. Anthony B, hi, Kris and Monkeys. Hello. Vasily. Add Enforcer, buffering. Dr. Zentos, anyone else having serious lag? It's bad again now. Jeez Louise. That was like 5 minutes ago, though. Yeah, I don't know. Like right now, I'm showing everything's fine. Everything's green. And what is YouTube telling me? What's YouTube's telling me? YouTube's telling me everything's just fine. Everything is just fine. So I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Twitch doesn't give me that kind of information. Or not on this screen anyway. Actually on my dashboard. Go to my dashboard. Anything on my dashboard? No? Oh, looks like there were some drops. But otherwise everything seems to be going. Everything seems to be just fine. Ish. Kinda. Sorta. Dark Commission. Buffering only mild, really. Yeah, I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Could not tell you. I mean, it's other than, I mean, like I said, I had technical difficulties early on. But everything seems to be fine. For the moment. Old man, kind of like in Ben's Flames. Sounds wrong. But the way he has the orange in different places almost gives them a movement quality like crackling flames. Yeah. Well, and you see that style of flames like on cars and, motorbikes and stuff like that. You'll see that style of flame, where it just has that, it has the quality of looking more realistic, So, yeah. But, I mean, you could also go with a stylized kind of flames, where it, actually has more of a kind of graphic kind of quality to it, more like cartoon kind of thing, Jacopo. I'm not sure I say that right. Hi, Kris. Came by to say hi. Well, welcome. Charles Sales, Morning Monkeys from Anime Expo. Anime Expo, where's that? Where's Anime Expo? Where's the Anime Expo? And is it fun? And is it full of anime? I don't know. Like Anime Expo would be kind of fun, but I mean, I'd only be there for maybe Macross. I don't know. And then any other kind of odds and ends. Yeah, that's about it. Probably just Macross. But the only thing that got me fired up. The Gim, Old Man Logan, Flames the Zinch. Maybe it's a Traitor's Dog of Chaos. Also Eldar Suck. Yeah, Gim. You keep playing that same tune, dude. Keep playing that same tune. Gim, did you survive the heat wave? Did you survive? Greenleaf Terrain. It ain't no worries for the rest of our days. It's our problem. Free philosophy. Kuna Matata. Kuna Matata. Kuna Matata. Kuna Matata. All right. Well, Hakuna Matata. No worries. No worries, mate. Coffee's starting to get cold. I have to hurry up and get another cup going. So, where are we? Let's do another email. Headphones. email time. Email time. This one is from, who the heck was this from? Oh, Dave Turner. Sorry, I had to move the window. And it showed his email address. Anyway, this is from Dave. Hi, Kris and the Monkeys. Thanks for the help with the Beastman and Orion diorama I emailed you about a few weeks ago. I took the advice on the board and have attached a quick update. I'm also a bit clearer in my mind of what I want to achieve now. I have added some height to the left of the scene, and I intend to make the area in the top left like a cave entrance surrounded by trees. This is where the Beastmen are emerging from. The left side of the scene will be scorched and burnt and all dead. Then, on the right, where Orion will be coming into the diorama, I am thinking of being all greened, full of plant life. And if this is the boundary of where the Beastmen have got to, so in essence, Orion will be defending his woodland. I was thinking of putting some Fenrisian wolves on Orion, as in the lore he has hounds with him. Yeah, very cool. Two things, if you wouldn't mind. How can I make the entrance of the cave seem black? This is where the shaman is. Secondly, any tips on making the wood seem scorched? Finally, a massive thanks for your input. I started painting about 12 months ago after a long time out. And as none of my friends paint, this gives me the opportunity to bounce ideas and get tips. Well, very, very cool. Awesome. So let's have a look at his progress. Ooh, look at this. Very cool. Can I back this off a bit? Probably could. Give you guys a bit more of the full view. There we go. Look at that. And so the Beastmen are going to be in the left. Orion's going to be on the right. I even kind of like that look right there. It just kind of looks kind of cool. And then bang, we have the models put into place where he's going to have people set up. And so he wanted to know where the shaman in the cave. Oh, that's a cave, and he wants to have it represent darkness. Well, okay, so if that's a cave entrance, yeah, I'd want to have something else beside this other piece of wood on the left-hand side that you have. You might actually want to build kind of just an enclosure, but on the inside, you might want to have like a plastic card sheet painted and kind of have like kind of a slightly brighter edges on the outside going darker into the middle. Kind of like how Bugs Bunny painted, the tunnels on the wall kind of thing, right? You're imagining that kind of thing. You're painting a tunnel on a flat surface. So it'd be a little bit brighter on the outer edges, just a bit, and darker into the center. And that would give that illusion of the darker tunnel. But yeah, as far as the wood is concerned, I'd actually build it up around so that the viewer, because you have a lot of real estate there that you can actually kind of fill that in a bit more. You could even have more like a rock face in behind as well, or other stuff, or anything like that. But yeah, so the shaman's in the second character on the left there, beside the Zenithal Beastman on the far left. I assume, right? Yeah, that looks like a shaman. Because it ain't the standard bearer, it ain't the other dude wielding the axe. Yeah, so it's got to be that Beastman. I really like the idea of the forest being scorched, and Orion is the harbinger of life, and so he's you know, everything around him is growing, and you know, he's preserving life while the beastmen are trying to destroy it. I like that kind of idea. I think now this, okay. Well, I'll answer your second question first before I get to the other part, or the other idea, which might derail you. So I'm not going to quite say it just yet. The second part of your question was what? Creating scorched wood, right? Well, you can simply paint the wood initially in the light grays that you have, and then dry brush it with black, and then give like some edges and corners a light dry brushing in a light gray. That can give you the scorched appearance. You could also, yeah, I mean, like, the ground would have some scorching and stuff like that, ash. You'd have a lot of black and grays, and also almost pure whites in some area, depending on how burnt something got. You know, looking at forest fires and stuff like that could give you some ideas on how to, you know, where exactly to place those colors. Because I mean, like right now, as you have it, it looks like scorched wood already. It looks like burnt wood. It looks like a forest fire. As you have it right now, all you need to do is color the ground a little bit differently. I wouldn't quite have as much black. And in some black areas, I would actually have like some sprouts popping through, maybe, possibly, you know, just to show that life is trying to, you know, cling back at it, kind of thing. I mean, the other thing to illustrate that it was burning would be to add LEDs and, you know, give you a glowing ember effect, or paint some areas to have that glowing ember effect. But I don't know if we really want to paint it. I mean, it is a really large diorama you've got going on here, and so this is the part where I might derail you. So if you don't want to get derailed, stop listening to me now. Okay, so with this really great kind of yin yang thing going on here with the whole life and death, why not just make the diorama a yin yang? So the base is mostly circular. You have life, you know, being in the one shape. If you're familiar with the yin yang symbol, right? How it's a semicircular with a long ass tail, right? And they both follow each other, but then they have 2 points in between them. The points being, you know, the characters, and you just have that circular feel to the base with the yin yang. So one part would have that green life growing, and it'd have that green tail, and the other part would be scorched earth, and then it'd have that long tail of scorched earth going around. And you could just simply have Orion and the Beastmen, you know, kind of squaring off, like, you know, they're bringing, you know, their opposite powers together, and that would be a really simple diorama to pull off. Yeah, just go the whole yin yang trip. I mean, you could still do it on this diorama, but, you know, you have this really organic shape to it, and which was kind of making me think of, you know, well, why not just make it just basically a circle, or, you know, an ovalish shape or whatever, and do a yin yang through that way, you know, because that's kind of what we're doing, right? Where we have the balances here, and, you know, either way, yeah, I'm interested to see where you go with this. I think adding the wolves on Orion's side is definitely a good call. Just to get a couple more models on his side, because he is one big dude, and I think, like, you know, yeah, I'd like to see like more Beastmen. I'd like it to feel a bit more desperate, you know. Orion being outnumbered, as it were, by Beastmen, you know. Now, are you going to pull the Beastmen from their bases and attach them to the diorama, or are you going to incorporate their bases to the diorama? I think you should pull the models from their bases and have them permanently attached to the diorama, but that's up to you. But yeah, very, very cool. Thank you for sending the email. Whoops, wrong button. Thank you, Dave, for sending that in. And yeah, so hopefully I didn't derail your plans too much. Um, as yeah, I'm looking forward to your next update from you. Where are we in the comments? Oh, the GIM. That's a good tune. Haven't got my hydro bill yet, but my AC was working overtime. Oh yeah, oof. Yakapoo, you had the chance to try GW's new technical colors, the ones for the night haunts? No, I have not tried them at all. But from judging from the video, they're shade like they're washes. They look like glaze washes. Voice of the Emperor. Week 3 of the heat wave in the UK. Half of the population is dead. The rest watching the World Cup. Enforcer, gotta run. Kris, thanks for making my lunch break awesome. Hope the episode goes well. Dark Commission, I am currently watching Away the Brush from the bucket I melted into yesterday. Oof. Voice of the Emperor, buffering. Buffering? Yeah, I don't know. No, I'm showing green. I don't know. Maybe YouTube's having issues too. I have no idea, man. I have no control over like what the hell's going on, man. Eldari, better late than never. Better late than never. Does he need emails today? I have some stuff I've been meaning to send. Well, send it, man. I might not get to it today, but send it anyway. The Gim. Alex needs to get off the internet. Eldari. Kratos' voice. Boy. The Gim. I'm on a huge Remember My Youth RPG games kick. I've bought up so much Battletech and Star Wars D6 RPG. No way. You picked up a bunch of Battletech. That's cool. That's interesting. Eldari, back in my day. Back in my day, yeah. Old Man Logan. Kris, the great derailer. The true lord of change. The great derailer. I kind of like that. The great derailer. The great derailer. For derailing. Eldari. Kairos? Kairos? Kairos the great derailer? Okay, you know what? I'm going to grab a coffee real fast. You guys talk amongst yourselves and, yeah. Alex, get up! I'm back. Do you miss me? Clayton Tate. I just crawled out of bed. Woohoo, weekend. Now put on some pants. Veldred the Blooded. Kris, the Lord of the Brush. Kris. Kris? Karius? Kairos? I don't know. How would you say that? Kairos? Kairos? Carius? Carius kind of sounds kind of cool. The Lord of the Brush. Ghost of Starman Deluxe. Kris is gone. Quick, talk about Fight Club. Veldred the Blooded. Fight Club. Oh, he returned. The Gim. I wouldn't be worried for Alex. I'm sure he could take Kris. Yeah. Alex is pretty big. But could he take... Alex, do you think you could take me? Nah, he's awake. He's faking. He's playing possum. He's playing possum. That's what he's doing. He's playing possum on me. Let's get to another email because these emails actually are about almost 2 weeks old. So yeah, let's get on to these emails here. Email. This one is, you ignore the name at the top. Is from Ian. Hi Kris. Sorry I spelled your name wrong before. Autocorrect was clearly on meth. Thanks for the feedback on my painting of Mortarion. He is just a game piece, but I take time on all my models so that they look awesome for the table. I enjoy dirty and grimy looking models and was looking for any tips you have of doing dirty washes and shades. I have attached a picture of my tech priest, which is based on Ricard flesh and washed in Nuln oil all over. Various shades were used, and finally a dry brush of gold and silver, plus some Rise of Rust. Great show, monkeys! And so here is his tech priest, Duder. I like him. He looks very cool. He's dirty. I mean, like, by the sounds of it, he's exactly as you want. I think a little bit more uniform dry brushing, like on the base of the hem, like the hem of his skirt, of like that dustiness, because it would be fairly uniform all the way around. It doesn't look uniform here. It looks like it's mostly in the front and not on the sides, and so I think we'd have a bit more uniform there. I'm just trying to think of where else you can kind of corrode him up. I mean, really, it all depended upon his color scheme. Now, you went with the silvers and golds in the armor, which, you know, I mean, like, I think you did just fine with the silvers and such. I mean, it has an aged kind of quality because you've gone with the shade wash on top of the metallics rather than, say, you know, going for metallics and not using a shade wash, but going with like dark, deeper colors, painting into the recesses, or, you know, mixing a color into the metallic, make it darker, or, you know, various other ways, or even going in with the shade wash and then reestablishing the metals again. Whereas you've kept that kind of knocked down silver kind of look, which gives it already an aged quality. Honestly, I mean, he looks dirty and ancient kind of thing already. Honestly, I don't know. I think something like the Mechanicus symbol on his staff. I think I would have picked that out in a light gray just to establish the Mechanicus symbol. And also as a kind of visual point, I don't think I would have had the hose or the hoses that are connecting up to his mouth quite as bright. I think I would have had those a bit darker. And same with the highlights on his flesh areas. If he's got flesh areas, I think I'd have kept those a little bit more subdued so that it kind of felt like more of a dark, sinister kind of face in the hood kind of thing. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, he looks really cool. I think he works well. Yeah, I mean, I really can't think more of how you would have made him dirtier other than, because I mean, like, if you started adding like, say, chipped armor effects and stuff like that, there's not enough armor to really pull that off. It'd be really subtle and subdued, and to take that kind of time, I don't think would be entirely necessary. So I think he did a really fantastic job on it. Again, I think just the dirt on the hem of his skirt here, a bit more consistent around the edge, like around the perimeter of it, and maybe picking out that Mechanicus symbol on him. You know, any of the symbols and stuff like that, I would think I would pick him out. But otherwise, yeah, really nice job, Ian. Really great. Thank you for sending that in. Awesome stuff. Thank you. There we go. Okay. Oh, Veldred, it's Kris. Like Serios, but Kris. Right. Kris. Kubla Khan, hi Kris, howdy every bubble. What did I miss? Not too much, other than everybody apparently complaining about buffering issues. Dark Commission, nice model. Yep. The Gim Damn it, I don't want to be the guy because the tech priest looks awesome, but the mold lines in the gun is triggering me. Yeah, the mold lines, yeah, I figured that was kind of obvious. I mean, gotta get rid of them mold lines, right? Gabriel, hello, sir, hello. The Gim, man, I'm an arsehole. Eldari Lamborghini, ha, the gun is triggering the Gim. Ah, the gun is triggering. I get jokes. But Valdred, boo. The Gim lost the signal. My triggering overthrew the Kris. Dark Commission, episode 210. The signal is out there. Why? Do I not have signal again? No, I'm showing fine. Everything's fine. Stream says fine. Everything's fine. I think maybe it's a combination of people on my internets and YouTube. Ooh, man, my Twitch. The Twitch stream actually shows me that, yeah, I've been spiking a lot. And I'll blame my kids. I'll blame the kids. The kids are doing it. Huh. So did the stream go off? 'Cause I'm still live. I'm still live. The game completely lost the signal about 3 minutes ago. Had an infamous snowfield. Yeah. Alex! Yeah? Get off the internet! Get in the shower! Get up! Just yelling at him, just because. Yeah, I mean, lost. Yeah, oh, now I'm seeing another spike again. Yeah.
What's up?
What's up? Hogging up all my bandwidth, man.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
How am I hogging up bandwidth? I was sleeping.
You weren't sleeping. Matt Hoser, Kris, what is that poster behind the door? Doesn't seem game related. I blame aliens in Fortnite. What is the thing behind me? Man, how many times am I going to explain this? It's one of those room dividers. You know, it's a Marilyn Monroe. You know, I don't know why it's in here. It's because it wouldn't fit over there, and because we moved some stuff around, and so this is the only place to have it. And yeah, so that's what it is. Is it game related? No, it's not game related. I mean, like, you know, I got a whole whack ton of crap in here. I mean, like, my office space is not huge, but it is, you know, enough room. I mean, crap, you should see the space I'm working in right now. Here, I'll show you guys right now. Look at, I have all sorts of crap right beside me. Look at all my paints, tools, you know, my models, all my books, you know. I'm gonna go back over here and then my workstation, right? Some Iron Maiden, some novels, some tools, more boxes of crap and models and all sorts of stuff. So, more boxes on the floor. Just a mess. A mess. Am I frame that right again? Yeah, that's good enough. So there. Where am I? The Gim, tell us I'm coming for him like a 300-pound white ninja. I have the skills and no inhibitions. A 300-pound white ninja. Oof. Old man Logan, the stream says fine. Screen immediately freezes. Eldari, what do you mean? What do you mean? Aaron Seach, there he is. Howdy, Kris. And Monkey Brethren, fashionably late to the party. Fashionably late. Eldari Lamborghini, hey Aaron. Old man Logan, sup, AA Ron. AA Ron. Eldari, I would be painting. Got a bad case of unsteady hands from helping friends move this morning, so I'm here in the chat. Yeah. Aaron Seach, episode 201, baby got bandwidth. I know normally, but what it was is because I basically what ends up happening is I got to get a new router. My router keeps pissing me off. It keeps resetting on me. And just before I was about to get onto the stream here, it reset on me. And so I was re-putting in for information, but I clicked one of the stupid little boxes which made the name, the SSID channel, the same for both channels, the 2G and the 5G. And so now they're both on the one channel. So now the router just switches between, the 2G and the 5G, whatever gets more occupied, right? So I think that's what's causing the problem, because everybody else's devices, like my phone, the computers, the Xbox, and all the other crap in the house, it's all being switched off of the one channel right now, and I think that's what's causing these little spikes. Because I mean, normally whenever I'm doing these shows from home, I haven't really had issues, as far as the internet's concerned. And yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it's because I have everything on the one channel. Now I can't switch it until I'm pretty much done the show, right? But I mean, if everybody keeps complaining about it, I'll just end the show, and then we won't have to worry about it. Matt Hoser, Kris, do you need tech advice or router recommendation? Not really. I mean, no. I mean, like, normally I go with Linksys for my routers because I preferred Linksys. But these last 2 routers I've had from Linksys, I've had issues, especially with the restart button. Restart buttons, for whatever reason, have been an issue. And so, yeah, it's kind of annoying the shit out of me. I'll come fix your crap up. Well, I don't need your help, but if you got a better idea as far as routers are concerned, I mean, I like having the 2 channels, 2G and 5G, just because, one channel can handle one load and the other channel can handle the other load, right? But, yeah. You know what? The Gim, that's other than spelling stream wrong, I like that for the title. We're going to keep that for the title, in fact. We're using it. I'm using it. Other than spelling stream wrong. But nobody said that the Gim was a great speller. Did they? Did they? I don't think they did. I don't remember anybody saying it. There we go. Yeah, Twitch is still showing lots of spiking. I don't know. Links is bad, not since they got bought out last year, a bunch of years ago. By the way, that is your issue. Hardware up for streaming, unless you're on a mobile. Yeah, do you know how far away this computer is from my router to hardwire it? I bet you can't guess how many meters. And I'm not buying 50 foot of Ethernet wire. Actually, I don't even know if I have. I might actually have a 50 footer. Actually, it'd probably be about. Oh man, it'd be a huge pain in the ass. I'd have to drill. No, I'm not drilling this place. Oh man. No, and wireless typically runs just fine. Like I said, I mean, only today we're having this issue because today, when I was resetting the router, it put the 2 channels as one. That's the only reason why we're having problems. Anyway, enough of the technical issues. Let's do an email. This is from Senka. Hello, Kris. Finished a big monster that took a lot of time. Firstly, I painted some skeletons to decide upon a color of bones, settle on bluish white, magic-y bones. Then there was that Terrorgeist. Took almost forever. I added too little white to the paint and to the snow. I added too little white paint to the snow, so it turned yellowish. Easy to avoid next time, but how can I do snow more fluffy? Some episode ago you mentioned rust. For rust, I, until this point, used actual rust. Found a recipe in some painting book, metallic mesh for pan scraping, and strong bleach with chloride. Holy cripes. After a few days, metal completely rust. I used it on the skeletons. Time for some pics. Man, that's a recipe. Okay, so that's a recipe for using actual metal rust, metallic mesh for pan scrapings, plus a strong bleach with chloride. A few days of that and you've got rust. Good gravy. So P.S. Shadow Emissary from Ten Thunders from Malifaux, Assorted Skeletons, The Rust, and Terrorgeist finally finished. And so let's have a look. Ooh. I like the little color transitions of orange in the flesh, or the scales, I should say. I like it in the face. Very nice. I like the base. I think you're going to push the highlights on the belly scales a little bit more. Just into the center maybe. Or just onto the bigger plates. Same with the nails. Otherwise, very cool. I like it. Mold lines. Yeah, I think I'd like to see something a little bit more in the horns, like these little antlers and stuff. I think if they would look more like fiery. Like, see how you have the orange going on the, like the back here, and just kind of spots. I think I'd like to see that in the back scales, a bit more orange transition, almost like an orange through the center. You know what I mean? Like almost not like a stripe, but just a bit more orange through the core. And I think the tendrils and the whiskers and stuff like that, I think going from yellow to orange at the tips, almost like fire. I think that would look really cool. Kind of like what you got going on the face, but reversed on the ends of the tips. So it's going yellow at the base, where it connects up to the face, and it builds to an orange on the tips. I think that would look cool. Everybody seen that all right? Yeah. Yeah. Ah, I like that. I like Buddy getting out of the bathtub kind of thing. Okay, so the snow. What did you say you were using for snow? What did you say you were using for snow? You didn't say. Okay. So for the snow, to get fluffy snow, I mean, that snow looks pretty fluffy to me. That almost looks like you're using the baking soda method, which is probably one of the better ways of doing the snow effect, is using the baking soda method. I do have a few videos on doing snow bases. I think what you want to do is on the ground, like if you're gonna do entirely snow, I would do a light gray and then lay your snow texture down on the base. On the surfaces of objects and stuff like that, you're fine just putting the snow on the surface. Citadel also has a technical for snow, and it has a pretty good texture to it, and it looks, like fluffy snow. Instead of glue, you can try using gel medium, which will dry, clear, and also if you mix the soda to varying degrees, it will provide either wet looking snow or, you know, fluffier looking snow. The snow you've got, though, it looks pretty fluffy to begin with, though. And I assume you're doing the baking soda thing. That's what that looks like to me. Or is it something else you're painting? Because I can see, like, it looks like dry brushing. Either way, you typically don't have to paint the baking soda if you use the baking soda method. And again, like I said, I've got a few videos on that. Yeah, if you want to have the ground look like it's got snow, I would do the ground in light grays and then put the snow on. Or, yeah, I guess like the dark ground and have snow on top. Yeah, that's fine. I think if you have melt patches like this, typically the ground takes on a wet appearance. Also, to observe how snow plays on surfaces. Because, I mean, like, creating the impression of snow, like, along here, and then, like, he's busted through his casket here, and he's knocked the snow, well, you would have, like, snow falling and dripping off, and you'd also have snow impacting the side, so there actually should be snow underneath this capstone here, on the left-hand side, right? And so it doesn't feel like that. And so, yeah, you kind of have to get into the whole sense of snow kind of thing. And where, like, you know, where it appears. Oof! And so here's this actual rust recipe. Oh, the weapons are all rusted too, right? Yeah. That's very, very interesting. I don't think you need to go with actual rust to get that look. I know there's a few companies like Vallejo and AK Interactive and I think MIG. They produce a rust wash. It's a wash that will give you a very similar result to this. Whether it's actual rust as well, I have no idea. With Vallejo, I'd assume it's a pigment. But otherwise, yeah, I don't think you really need to use actual rust to create this rust wash. Especially when you can easily achieve it with just simple little colors rather than trying to make this over 3 days to make this. But I mean, mind you, you do have a big old jar of rust. That's nasty. That's nasty. But, yeah. So, thank you for sending that in, Senka? Senka? Oh, yeah, there was another part to this. Oh, yeah, and the Terrorgeist. We forgot about the Terrorgeist. Hold on, we got to go back. Terrorgeist. And so here's the Terrorgeist. I like it. I think the bone white looks really, really good on this one. I like kind of how you went with light gray in the recesses of the bone. Gives it kind of a very cold kind of feeling, especially with, you know, all the snow and everything like that. Yeah, it's very cool. Like you brought all that detail out on the wings, all that texture. You see a little shovel and stuff, a little fresh little casket. Funny. Oh, we got some gargoyles now going on in the base as well. Cool. Yes, very nice work on the Terrorgeist. I like the transition of the bone and the flesh. I like how you brought all that texture out in the flesh, and I like the choice of color on the bone as well. It's not so often something you often see with that kind of, you know, cold gray on bone. I think here it works just fine, but yeah, very, very cool. Thanks for sending that in. Awesome work. Thank you. And again, yeah, you might want to look at like AK Interactive, MIG Ammo, Vallejo. They all have rust washes, and you might want to switch to something like that rather than actually going to the trouble of actually, you know, making your own rust recipe, as it were. You know, so yeah. Ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Where am I? John J. Secret weapon crushed glass is awesome. Yeah, for snow, yeah. I've been wanting to try crushed glass. I have not gotten around to it, but that's something that I've definitely wanted to. Um, an hour of buffering. Yeah, I can hear Alex is watching a video right now, and I can see my shit is spiking again. Oh man, am I gonna have to go buy a new router? I think I'm gonna have to go buy a new router. Oh yeah, my Twitch. Alex, come here a sec.
Yeah?
Come here a sec. See, every time you jump on the internet, look what happens to my traffic, my signal.
Well, that wasn't me before.
That was just now.
Oh yeah, that's now.
Please, just give me another 20, not even 25 minutes, man.
I'm just on my phone.
I know, but for whatever reason, like, see, I mean, like, everybody, it's all buffering. I don't know why, because like I said, everything's on the one channel. Because when it screwed, the router screwed up just before I was about to go live, and so I mistakenly clicked that, making the two channels the same name, and it made it all one channel. So 2G and 5G are the same thing.
Oh.
That's what's going on, and that's why everything's fucking up right now. So just give me a few minutes here. Find something to do. Jim White, a router. Do you do woodworking? Shut up. Shut up. Oh, Matt Hoser. Alex, put on a shirt and stop with the goat prawn. Goat prawn. Goat prawn? Gun Barrel. You on fiber? No. There's no fiber in this area. Good God, man. I'm in Canada, man. The internet in this place is very not unreliable, but inconsistent. It's very inconsistent. It'd be nice if there was fiber in this area, and I think there is, but it's in the northern part of Peninsula, not in the town that I'm in. Really, where I am, given the job vocation that I have, I really should be somewhere where like I have access to fiber and T1 lines and things like that. But I'm not, and we're not. Like mini wargaming, we're way off the path for any really good streaming services, which is really kind of a hindrance. Really, we really should be somewhere where we have access to the fastest internet possible, up and down. You know what I mean? So that we can stream better and upload faster. You know what I mean? Like, because there's some days, man, when we're uploading, like when Rob is uploading on the videos for the channel, and man, it just kills the entire network. Oh yeah, it's horrible, horrible. Old man Logan. That sounds exactly like the conversation I have with my son. Always ends with "Go find something to do." Go find something to do. Just do something, please. Dr. Santos, I just upped my internet to 200 megabytes. Yeah, see, I mean, like, but see, in smaller countries, you have that luxury, like, you know what I mean, like phone adoption. Like, what is it? Like Finland is like, or Norway, one of the two, is like one of the biggest cell phone users because, well, they never had to deal with huge amounts of phone line, right? See, in Canada and the U.S., where we're slow adopters because there's still leases, there's still money on the copper lines that run the power lines and run the phone lines across this country. There's millions, like there's hundreds of thousands of miles of those phone lines running all over the place in this big grid. There's still money owed on all that. So that's why you won't see, that's why the phone companies are in control of a lot of things, because there's still money out on all that stuff. Whereas smaller countries, it wasn't a huge issue. And so switching over to cellular and stuff like that, and you know what I mean, was much easier. And so that's why like smaller countries like Norway and can afford to go with this whole new technology, because you know they didn't have to worry about the huge infrastructure that was needed to create communications across the great distances. Because I mean, like when you compare Canada landmass wise to a country like Sweden or any all of Europe, you can fit all of Europe in Canada probably about 10 times as far as landmass is concerned. And it's all wired up. Imagine the States, it's even worse because there's more people in the States. And the American population is 10 times the amount of Canada. And it's a tighter grid, bigger infrastructure. The stream has been brought to you by the term buffering. Buffering? Funny. Matt Hoser, T1 Lions, you stuck in the 90s? Yeah, I am. We don't even have that around here, man. What are you talking about? Matt Hoser, Kris, the large pop spread means the slow net only under is utter BS. The money in the corp pockets is the real reason. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because there's still money owed on all that copper that runs through the country. Same with the power lines and the telephone. There's still money on that copper that hasn't been paid. I mean, that's why the adoption to cellular has been slow and painful, and wireless technologies, yeah, that's gonna be a slow growing too until the companies that have all those leases out make their money back. And that has all been paid out. When was it paid? The game, he said that there was people in his driveway earlier. The man blocking the signal. Too much being passed on. Too much info being passed on. Yeah, that's what it is. John J., I believe that's why Bigfoot is in Canada. Oh, man. Okay. Let's try. Yeah. Let's do another email. Headphones. Email time. It's email time. This email is from, his Windows got to keep changing around on me. It's from Daniel. Greetings, Great Monkey Lord. These are my human team for Blood Bowl. The old Albion Patriots. These are the first models I have painted in literally 15 years. I wanted to thank you for how well they have turned out. I came back into the hobby to fill a void in a bit of a dark time in my life and discovered you and the mini wargaming guys through your Blood Bowl videos. Cool. I obviously signed up for the Vault and discovered your Painting 101 series. Many viewings later, completing this team, I was always a garbage painter and have never felt confident in my abilities to do delicate tasks in general. I am super proud of them and wanted to thank you for your help. I've got 2 questions for you. One on the job, one off the job. 1, how do you rescue brushes that maybe have still life in them after a couple of sessions of less than stellar usage cleanup? 2, favorite NFL team. Sorry about the long email. Here are the pictures to make up for it, and would love any CNCs. Cheers, Dan. Butters of Doom. P.S. The Lizardman is a test model for a new team. Very cool. Okay, so before I get to the pictures, how do you rescue brushes that still have some life in them? I use Masters brush soap. Okay, Masters brush soap. After every painting session, I use that. Now, if you have the hairs splaying out, and I know like Tarek was asking me this question the other day, if you have the hairs splaying out, that means that paint has gotten down into the ferrule, which is the metal clip that holds onto the bristles. Paint is gathered in there and is causing the hairs to splay. That's what causes them to splay, right? Is because the paint is getting in there, it's drying, it's hardening. What do? The brush soap can help with that to a bit, but you'll need another product, a more specialty product called a brush restorer. Vallejo sells one, which is what I use. And basically what you do is you let the brush, you submerge the brush in the brush restorer for a number of hours. Could be 12 hours, could be 24 hours. It's a very gentle, mild process that breaks down the paint that's built up in that area and on the bristles. And it creates that separation in there. And it breaks it down. But it takes time to do, but without, damaging the bristles, because you want to protect the hairs. If these were synthetic brushes, I really wouldn't be too worried about it. If these are good sable hair brushes, or even just your Games Workshop brushes, you'll want to try and take care of them. And so, yeah, Vallejo's Brush Restorer is the perfect way. If you got hairs splaying out, it's the perfect way of getting in there and breaking down that paint. Now, is it 100% foolproof? No. Is it going to work 100% of the time? No. But a majority of the times it does, and it breaks down that paint that's built up in there. It breaks it down pretty darn good. And, in combination with the soap, it can clean out a lot of the paint that builds up in that area and will stop the hairs from splaying out. Now, when you are cleaning your brushes, and of course I have many videos on brush care and brush cleaning, and I recently did one like less than a year ago, was a recent one, on the procedure for brush care. I suggest you watch that if you are a Vault member. If you're not a Vault member, then you definitely should check it out. But anyway, you just use that master brush soap after every painting session. I often use the brush soap after every dry brushing session just to knock the color out of the bristles, just so that I don't get color transference the next time I'm dry brushing. So yeah, it's all up to you how far you want to go with keeping your bristles clean. And of course, the brush soap is also a conditioner, so maintaining a point is also paramount, and keeping a nice straight point. Now, again, it does work for synthetic brushes, but again, I'm usually not that concerned with synthetic brushes because they're usually cheap and affordable anyway, so you kind of just throw them away. Whereas with sable hair brushes, they tend to cost more, and so you end up wanting to take care of them. So that's the first part. Second part of your question, the favorite NFL team, Patriots. Patriots. The Steelers, excuse me. I was reading your thing there, the Patriots. The Steelers is my team. My son is a huge Steelers fan. I've been a Steelers fan for, well, when I started kind of getting into football, it was around 2000, and I used to play NFL 2K, and I used to always like taking the Steelers, and that's when I became a Steelers fan. My wife has been a long-time football fan. She's a Bengals fan, and I know why Bengals, I don't know, but anyway, she's been a long-time Bengals fan, and she really got my son into football, and he was a big-time Steelers fan. And it might have been my part, who knows, but otherwise, yeah, he's been a big-time Steelers fan. And yeah, he actually got to go see a game. He got to go see the New England game and Steeler game in Pittsburgh last December when they squared off. He got to see that game live, which was very, very cool. So yeah, so now enough of that. Let's check out some Blood Bowl miniatures. Ooh, look at that. It looks like the Patriots too. That's funny. That's funny. But not ha-ha funny. Very, very cool. I like it. Like the ogre. The ogre's Gronk. Of course the ogre's Gronk. Because he is an ogre. And of course my internet's taking a shit again. Awesome. Blitzer. Nice. Gronk. I like this color scheme for the Lizardmen. Oh, I like the Terminator shoulder pad. Very, very cool. Now, are these going to be the Tampa Gators? Is that what this is? Because this looks like Miami's color scheme. So, the Miami Gators. The what would they be? I don't know. I don't know what the towns are in the old world. What they would be? Because it wouldn't be the Dolphins, because that wouldn't make any sense. But yeah. Oh man. Very, very cool. Very nice. I like him. I like the scheme. I like the colors. And yeah, you know what? Oops. Forgot. I was switching those windows around. Where are we? In the comments. The GIM, interesting news in Ottawa. Some people decided to steal the copper wiring from the O train signaling lights. Train was down for 3 days as they replaced it. Nice. That's nice. Yeah. Oh yeah, and so thank you. Who sent the email? Daniel. Thank you, Daniel, for the email. And hopefully that answered your questions and provide a bit of insight for you. And yeah. Prawn Hamden, the Lustrian Lakers. Lustrian Lakers. Yeah. I think Lustrian Lizards. No, Lustrian Lizards. That sounds terrible. Prawn Hamden. Hey, Kris and Monkeys. Late to the show. Building or Soul War box. There's a lot more gaps to fill in these models than previous push fit. Yeah. Well, unless of course, you shave down a bit where they contact and glue them together, and that way you get a much finer contact, because they are push fit, but you know what I mean? Like, they might not, the pins might be too far, or sometimes, through the casting process, they might create a bulge at the end of one of the pins, and it stops it from going all the way in, you know what I mean? So, yeah. No other questions at the moment in the chat? Let's crack out one more email then, because we can, and we will. This is from Ben Ellis. Hello, great monkey lord. Well, this killed a few of my brushes. I think my first attempt at the flames worked out, but advice from everyone is very welcome as always. One Leviathan Dreadnought with Legion of the Damn Paint Job. Kind regards, Ben. So, obviously Ben has finished this model before he's even had the chance to hear any of the advice that I was talking about. But I think he learned a lot from his first attempt, because the other side of the model looks really, really good. That looks a bit more consistent with, actually creating the flames. And it actually looks like he started like on the legs, it looks like he took on more of a stylized approach to the flames rather than trying to go for that airbrushed kind of look. I still would like to have seen a bit more of the flames brighter at the base of the flames and getting a little bit deeper at the top of the flames, but that's okay. He's maintained kind of a uniform kind of look. I like it. Yeah, see, it's on the legs now, it's more of a stylized look to the flames now. But very, very good, Ben. Very, very good. It's a very interesting color scheme. I like that kind of light color on the top. Almost has like a dull copper kind of look to it. I like how the flames turned on this side. That almost looks like a person or a form in there. But very, very cool. Awesome stuff. Yeah. So really good work, Ben. Thank you for sending that in. Awesome stuff. And of course, I was critiquing the first part of his email, but that was like, when did he send that? That was like weeks ago. Where was the last one? Yeah, that was still in the end of June. Then that last one he just sent was the 2nd, so 5 days ago. And so, yeah. So what time we at here? We got 6 minutes left of the show. Let's do one more email. Let's completely catch up. And I think this last email is going to take up all our time anyway. This one is from our good buddy, Old Man Logan. Oops, his freaking email showing again. Damn it. Hi, Kris. I painted up a group of poxwalkers to experiment with some fun flesh tones and tentacles for another piece I'll be working on this summer. I must say that I did not expect to enjoy painting them up as much as I did. These guys are fun to paint. Anyway, take a look and let me know what you think. Old Man Logan. P.S. I experimented with my photo settings, so some picture quality may vary. As Old Man Logan is always playing with his settings, trying to get the absolute best results. I really, really like the way these guys all look together. It's Nurgle, it's chaos. Even with the myriad of colors and stuff, it does not feel out of place with Nurgle. Like even the blues and stuff like that, it doesn't feel out of place. The bright magentas and purples don't feel out of place. It just feels really fleshy. Like some of them obviously are very Nurgle-y, like the two guys on the far right. I like the work on his blade there. It's really, really cool. I did help him out a little bit while he was initially making these, but like a lot of the color schemes is all him. And so, yeah, like this guy here, I just like the color scheme on this guy. This guy is just freaky deaky looking. Like the color scheme is just really good. Like it's really light greens and blues and magentas and purples. Yet it still, to me, still feels very Nurgle-y. Even though those colors are not typically used on Nurgle, it still feels Nurgle, which is really, really cool. I like the work on the blade. I like the overall look on the model. I mean, you know, like this is a quick way of getting these guys done. I think this is the same guy. Yeah, I think this is the same guy. I love the variation, over his right shoulder, the arm that's holding the sword. I just like the color, how it varies inside the boils and everything like that. I like that. That's cool. Oh, wow, look at that. That's nasty. Yeah, I like the colors on the tentacles. That's cool. I like that transition on the hands, the green to the purple to the light blue. I like the tentacles, man. Those were really good. Are you guys all seeing this all right? Yeah, mostly. Very, very cool. Oh, I like that. I like that skin tone there. That's really cool. It's almost yellows to orange browns. Almost want to say purples in there. That's yellows and purples, isn't it? Am I right, Old Man Logan? Is that yellow and purples you got going on in there? That's very, very cool. Gives you more of this pussy kind of purpley decayed kind of, you know, coloring going on. That's really, really cool. Old Man Logan, am I right in that? Is that a yellow and a purple wash? Like I mean, I see oranges in there, but I think that's the color, the colors combining for that brown hue. Like, is that Xandri Dust and Juchi Violet? Again, like the tentacle work, really good. Cloak, I like the cloak. Transition to the cloak. Now you had mentioned you were wet blending this, right? So you're practicing some wet blending. Very, very nice. I like it on the sleeves. Really nice transitions on the sleeves. Very good. Yes, very good. That looks really cool. It almost looks like it's inflamed. The tentacles are inflamed or sunburned. Very, very nice. I must imagine you had a bit of fun doing these because it allows you to experiment with different colors and stuff. I really like that. That's freaky looking. Nice rusting on the hammer too. Jeez Louise. This guy looks like a maniac. Whoops. Crap. Always gotta be careful with the damn links I'm clicking here. What photo am I at? No, not him. Not him. Not him. Not him. Him. There we go. Yeah, I like that. The green with the purples. Yeah, you were pretty much trying different techniques in there, Old Man Logan says, yeah, there was Ungor Flesh, which is yellow, and Crimson Wash, then Purple Tone from Army Painter. Ah, okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah. I like the fact that you basically went for, I like the fact that you went for it with the Poxwalkers and just did a whole bunch of stuff and really took the opportunity to just, just play with color and really kind of just try out different things, try out different techniques, and you know what I mean? And I really like that you did that. And the unit is, benefits from something like that, because even though you have the same colors at play, they don't all feel the same. It doesn't feel like you just hit them all with flesh, gave them a green wash, then gave them a purple wash, and then dry brush the faces and, pick the eyes out, and then that was it. You know what I mean? Like, you gave them some variation. Like, these were like normal workers or normal people at one point, and so they'd all be kind of varied somehow. And, I like that. I like they went that route. Very, very good. I like that, Old Man Logan. That's very, very cool. Awesome stuff. Thank you for sending that in, man. And of course, anytime you need help on stuff, you know my number. And so what time we at here? 2:01. We're done. And where are we in the comments? Any last questions in the comments here? No, everybody's just loving his work. Yeah. Aaron sees Lustrian's Kinks. They would be really sick if the skin looked wet. Ooh, yeah. Or even like a satin. Yeah, semi-gloss. Like a gloss or a semi-gloss. Just to give them a bit of, shine like that. But I think that was for a commission. Was it not, Old Man? Was it for a commission, or were those for your models? I couldn't remember. But either way. Dark Commission says, lovely. Demon Wraith 808. I'm new to your channel, but love your work. But just started building a Black Legion army, and I want to learn from the Winky. Learn from the Winky. Yeah. Kim, go fix your router. Yeah, I'm gonna go fix my router as soon as I'm done this. As soon as I go off stream. Normally, I usually head over to Discord after this, which I still might do once I sort out my router. So I'll probably pop on to Discord after the show, just to kind of hang out a little bit, because I am at home at the lair, and actually, it seems like the sun might have went down a bit. Maybe it's cloud cover. I don't know. Oh, I think I pulled something to stretch in there. Oh, man, I'm still burnt. No, I'm mostly healed now. I'm like Wolverine. I heal fast. Right. G Squared, I show you my Poxwalkers, but they don't hold a candle to those. Demon Wraith, you the best, y'all hobby badasses. Well, thank you, Demon Wraith. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. I'm glad you learned something, and I'm glad you're getting something from this and not just listening to me ramble on about random crap. Old Man Logan, thought about doing a gloss varnish in certain areas, the boils, etc., to make them look really gross. Might still do it. Yes, I think very cool. Also, too, I think, Old Man Logan, if you could, I think I pick the eyes out on them, because I think they really need. I think that would really bring them forward, really bring attention to their faces, like picking out their teeth and stuff like that, and picking out the eyes. I think that would be very, very cool. G Squared, thanks for the show as usual, Chris. Time for the World Cup. And yes, I think I'm going to end the show there. So if you're brand new to the hobby, or your commission painting service, or you just want to show off what you're working on, send your emails to kris@miniwargaming.com. Send your pictures. If you're sending pictures, send them as attachments in your email. Don't send them as links off to other sites, and I probably won't read it because it'll annoy the crap out of me. Of course, you can always join us at waythebrush.com, where it have links to Discord, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook Way the Brush. Ask your questions there, and of course the Discord. I have that up all the time, so you feel free to message me on there. And of course, we hang out, usually kind of a after party kind of thing. We'll hang out on Discord and we'll talk a little bit and talk whatever. And of course, so it can get kind of colorful in the Discord chat, so be mindful of that as well. Which usually gets a little colorful anyway, but yeah. And so yeah, t-shirts. Way the Brush t-shirts, they help the cause, they help support the channel. And of course, if you send a picture of yourself in your t-shirt, I'll put it up on waythebrush.com in the Monkey Shrine, which I have. If you go check it out right now, go look at the Monkey Shrine, you'll see all the monkeys up there. And it's fantastic. And if I want to add your pictures to them, just so that we have a nice big Monkey Shrine, because really this show is all about you guys and the support you give. And of course, if you guys didn't need help, I wouldn't bother doing the show. And just wouldn't be no point. And of course, I want to really thank my Patreon supporters. Yes, tomorrow we are going to do a painting session. So Patreon supporters, remember that we're doing painting tomorrow, the 8th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be there or be square. I record them anyway for the patrons, but yeah. So we're working on our project together, which is just between us and the patrons. We all got together and we're all painting a similar kind of project, and we're all kind of working together through it. It's basically a paint along. It's kind of instructional. It's kind of fun, and it's but either way, it's all about just community and having fun and everything like that. Yeah. So Patreon again. So don't forget to like, subscribe, all that other YouTube goodness. Take care of your brushes. They'll take care of you. Now I'm gonna go fix my router, and I'm gonna go have another cup of coffee, and I don't know. I'll see you guys on Discord in a bit. Most likely. Probably. Maybe. Who knows?